Hey, it's Ashley Harris with Butterfly Reflections Ink, and today I'm showing you how to use your Dress Oxides on Lawn Fawn's glittered cardstock. I think this is called Pixie Dust. Honestly, I just been noticing that blended backgrounds are all the rage right now, and I'm a super addict myself. So I was really curious to see if this would work with Lawn Fawn's glittered cardstock. So I took out my oxides and went to town. And honestly, this is really sped up, obviously you can see, but it worked so well. I was super impressed. So I just laid down some picked raspberry first, and then I used some dried marigold to blend it in. And what I did notice is that it blended quite well, and the dried marigold went up into the picked raspberry, but I needed to go back to picked raspberry to get more of that pink color in there. But I really liked it. I was really impressed. I was rather surprised on how well it did blend on this glittered cardstock. Now, just note, it might be a little hard on your foam ink, your foam ink pads. So you know. So I had cut a snow scene from the stitched, I believe it's the Stitched Hills from Lawn Fawn. I don't know, but don't forget, I will put the supplies in the description. But so I adhere this with my crafty foam tape. I love this stuff. It gives it good dimension, and it gives you that just adds to it. I love dimension on my cards. I'm very much a dimensional card person. I rarely ever make a single layer card. So I'm just taking off the release paper and applying this little hill to this card. I hope I did trim it down to a typical just scant of the card base. It is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then I'm taking on these lovely Malma elephants. Sorry, I'm a little off screen there. Little Snowman Agenda. I had stamped and colored these, and I'm just arranging them on my card. For whatever reason, I go off screen, but I love these little guys. They're so darn cute, and I just can't get enough. And you can see some other colored images in there. I had an apple from the bookmark set. I love it. A bookworm, I think is what it's called. That's another cute set by Mama Elephant. So I'm just arranging these little guys on my card, and then I'm going to go off screen and stamp a sentiment onto a strip. As you can see right there, I just used my, I believe it's a Simply Winter Sentiments by Lawn Fawn, and I used the picked raspberry oxide distress oxide ink for the ink on that strip. So we'll go ahead and this is the funniest part. I'm watching this actually as I'm doing this, and I adhere this strip to this card. I'm like, sure, I'm just going to adhere it right now. And then I'm going to turn it over and cut it off, forgetting that all my snowmen were not adhered just yet. So I'm like, no big deal. I can go back and put them back where they belong. But it was like, really, Ashley? What were you thinking? Anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and adhere these little guys with my my small foam adhesive squares. They come in both thick and thin, or I should say normal and thin adhesive thickness, and they're great. But I cannot get over these little guys. They're just the cutest things. I think I have nearly every single little agenda set except for the new bear set. And I can tell you, I'm pretty sure I'll be getting a hold of that. I have the monkeys, I have the bunnies, I have the snowmen, I have the reindeer, I have the Santas. I'm not sure. Oh, I bet there's an elf set out there too. I'll have to look into that. Needless to say, I'm a little addicted to these Mama Elephant little agenda sets. And you have to have the coordinating dies. For me, coordinating dies in a stamp set is a deal breaker. Like, if there's no coordinating die set, you might as well not have made the stamp. It's really ridiculous. But, so I've finished putting these little guys on there, and then I want to just embellish it with some sequins. And these are from This sequin pack, or the stole I'm using, is from, I believe it's the Pretty Pink Posh. And I just really like the green and the pinks and the all that good stuff. And these jewels are from Pretty Pink Posh as well. And I will make sure I link it and know where to go. Now I'm using the Lawn Fawn glue tube. It's just my go-to. You can pretty much use whatever liquid adhesive you want. Ranger's multi-medium matte works very well. Gina K's Connect works just fine. Just what your preference is, and this is honestly what was closest to me and what I had on hand. And those other products I mentioned are great products, and they work just fine. So whatever you prefer, honestly, is what you would like to get. But I find that the glue tube is just so easy to use, and just for me, it's what I have. So excuse my elbow, just there. I've been using my jewel picker to pick up these sequins and these jewels and try to get them in place. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think my jewel picker is losing its stickiness because I've used it so much. It might be wearing out, or just might need a good cleaning, one or the other. But nothing my good old fingers can't do. So I typically have my tweezers on hand, but couldn't find those either. It's just truly, it's one of those days. But I really love adding sequins and shimmer and bling to my cards. I just think it just gives that extra added touch. And that snowflake, I believe, actually came with the pink and green, Pretty Pink Posh mix. So I will link to that mix in the description and on the blog post as well. So you'll have that information. And so there is the card, and I hope you enjoyed it today and hope that was helpful. It was just super easy. Don't be afraid of those oxide inks to get that glittered cardstock inked up.